This week, the Parshas Re'eh, it's also Shabbos Mevorach and Chodesh El. For me personally, there are two other points. It's my mother's yard site this Wednesday, Rosh Chodesh El, the first day of El. This should be a merit for her neshama, Chaya Leah Bashal David. On the lighter side, Tuesday, the day before, will Amir Hashem be the Pidyon Abein of my newest grandson, Yaakov Yisrael Malks. We should all be Zeicher to share Simchas. Elul is a time when people get serious and they want to change. They want to become better people. They want to get closer to Hashem. The problem is the Yetzer Hara, who doesn't sleep or slumber, always has this weapon of, forget about it. You did it last year, the year before. Give up already. How long does it last? You'll never make it. Learn from experience. So we have to know that we should never give up. The first thing we have to realize is that the mere fact that a person's trying to become better, even if he doesn't succeed, it means a lot to the Ribbon Shalom. And this we can see from this week's parsha. In Parshas Re'eh, in the Sefer Aleinu L'Shabach from Rav Zilberstein, he brings from the altar of Kelm. We find in the parsha of Meitzis Umeidiach a person who wants to persuade Jewish people to serve Avodah Zarah. You treat him with tremendous cruelty. He's supposed to die, and normally when a person's Mechuyev Bisa, if witnesses come afterwards that try to get him acquitted, you redo the whole case. But by a Meitzis Umeidiach, the halacha is you don't have any mercy on him. You kill him no matter what, even if after the decision they want to speak good about him, you don't listen to them. What makes him so much worse than everybody else? The Torah gives us one reason. Ki bikesh lahadichacha me'al Hashem Elokecha. Because he wanted to take you away, to make you go straight from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But wait a minute, he didn't succeed. He wanted to. So what do you see from this? That the mere fact that he wanted to, even though he didn't succeed, gives him such a terrible punishment. And we know the author of Kelm says, but Meruba Mida Toiv Meruba Purani is Chamesh Me'osh Pamim. 500 times greater is the reward than the punishment, so you can't imagine. When a person yearns to be closer to the Ribbon Shalom, as the author of Kelm says, Harei lanu kama yigdal schoro shel misha bikesh lehiskarev l'Hashem Elokav. Just for wanting to be closer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Gam im lo hitzliach lahagshim es she'ifaso. Even if he didn't actualize his desire, the mere fact that a person's watching a video to try to become better, he goes to a shiur, he had that yearning to want it, he would like to want to become better. Even if he won't succeed, but that means a tremendous amount to the Ribbon Shalom. Another point I saw in the Ha'aretz from Rabbi Epstein, Zecher Tzaddik L'Bracha, on Chumash, he'd been to Moridik and Medrash, that teaches us how important it is not to give up. It says, but this Baruch Hu saw all that he did and everything was very good. The Medrash said that HaKadosh Baruch Hu had created other worlds before he created this one. All the worlds that he created before this one, Hashem said, I did not find favor. They didn't find favor in my eyes, he destroyed them. Until he created the present world, he said, this world I'm satisfied with. This leads to the obvious question. We're dealing here with the Ribbon Shalom. Hashem doesn't make mistakes. It's not Shayach by HaKadosh Baruch Hu that he'll create a world that he knows that he doesn't like. So why did he create it in the first place? Just to destroy it? So Rabbi Zedel Zatzal says a very good lesson here. HaKadosh Baruch Hu went through the apparent motions of failing, destroying worlds, building worlds, creating them, and then, it's a mistake. We got to destroy it. Why did HaKadosh Baruch Hu do this? To teach us this important lesson. Kinderlach, don't ever say, I give up. I also made mistakes, apparently. I didn't give up. You keep going. Obviously, this Medrash means that HaKadosh Baruch Hu did something that many people could chas v'chalila learn the wrong things from. People could learn that, God forbid, Hashem does make mistakes. Hashem says, I don't care what people will learn. This lesson is so important to teach my own children that there's no such thing as giving up. Look at me. I kept going. And finally, there's a beautiful mashal that I heard from one of the alumni in the name of Tzvi Maya Zilberberg that also highlights this point. I have a sign up on the wall, and many, the Bachrim, wanted it. There is no failure except in no longer trying. It's extremely important never to give up. He tells about, in Russia, there was a contest. The Tsar's army, a lot of people wanted to become a part of it. So they made this contest that was a very prestigious place, and they brought in these wild horses, and there was a general looking at the contestants trying to ride the horse until they were thrown off. At the end of the day, they put up a list of who was Zolchet to be in the Tsar's army. Now, presumably he was marking down who could stay the longest on the horse till he got thrown off. There was one fellow who was on for very long, and yet he didn't make the list. So he comes over to the general, he says, I was on longer than the other people. He says, you're a fool. I wasn't writing down how long you could stay on the horse. I was writing down how long it took you to get back on the horse after the horse threw you off. That was the important matter. There is no failure except in no longer trying. HaKadosh Baruch Hu should help us to learn these lessons and internalize them and live our lives accordingly and never give up, and we be zeicha to exceed the chasim. Thank you very much.